And the UK have signaled to the United Nations that they are prepared to reinstate sanctions on Iran if it does not return to negotiations over its nuclear program. The E3 group's foreign ministers warned in a letter that they may trigger the snapback mechanism unless Iran takes steps towards a diplomatic solution by the end of August 2025. The warning follows recent talks in Istanbul, the first face-to-face meeting since Israeli and U.S. strikes on Iranian nuclear sites in June. Iran's lawmakers have threatened to withdraw from the 2015 nuclear deal and the non-proliferation treaty if sanctions are reimposed. The 2015 deal, from which the U.S. withdrew in 2018, lifted sanctions in return for limits on Iran's nuclear program. Now, for this discussion, we are joined by Vitor Vicente. He's a Middle East expert, joins us live from Ireland. Thank you, Vitor, for joining us today. Good to see you. Now, what concessions, if any, Iran still has, or might Iran be willing to make to avoid this full return of sanctions? Vitor, could you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm asking, what concessions, if any, might Iran be willing to make to avoid full return of sanctions?
Sorry, what sign? Say it again.
So what concessions, if any, might Iran be willing to make to avoid a full return of sanctions on itself?
Sure. Should I answer now?
Could you hear me?
Yeah. So are we live? Should I answer now?
Yes, we are live.
Okay.
You may answer, yes.
Great. Apologies. Yeah, so Iran is in a very bad place at the moment. I think this has been exposed after the 12 days war with Israel. As a matter of fact, I was in Israel myself when the war started, and I left a few days before it finished. And it was visible that Iran, despite the size difference when it comes to geography with Israel, it doesn't have the same military and diplomatic power. And the moment that they mess up with other individuals or other countries, let's say, in the region, you could see that they couldn't do much. So they are very fragile, just to answer your question, and they need to make sure that they're not going to mess up around as they did. So they need to, and they also need to slow down in their relationship with Russia. I think it has been visible that Russia doesn't have the capability or the will to get busy with Iran at this point. So they need to somehow understand that they are by themselves and they're in a very weak position. To be more concrete, I think they need to stop funding their proxies, the likes of Hamas, Houthis, and not being a bad influence in the region. So if they stick to themselves, they look after their own affairs, perhaps that's something that they